Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got a sticky product type list for you today, and this will work for menus and all kind of things. If you look at the shirts down there, if we roll down the page, we've got a category of shirts. When it gets to the top, it's going to stick there, and we can roll through and see the actual products on the side there. We'll get to the next category, which is dresses. It'll stick to the top there, and so on and so forth. Really easy to do, no extra coding used for this today. Now let's just check it on responsive devices. I'm using the Google Chrome with the great inspector tools. Here we are on mobile. As you can see, sticks to the top there on mobile. Let's take a look at it on a tablet. And there we go, same sort of thing. If I roll back up. And that's a nice little feature to have on your site. Really easy to do, so let's get started. Let's get rid of my inspector here. I'm going to enable the visual builder so we can build on the front end. Yeah, let's go down and I'll just delete this section here. There we go. So let's create a new section. Little blue button to add a new section. I'm going to make it a regular section. Inside for this, I'm going to use 2 columns. You can make yours however you wish, but this seems to work quite well for me. And the first module we're going to put in is just a regular text module. Divi as standard comes in with all these modules here. Plenty enough to build just about any site. Okay, and for the content, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to put my title in, shirts. Now you could have it, if you wanted to, link to a category page or a product page, wherever you wanted, you'd put that in there. Obviously, if it's on your site, keep in the same window. If you're linking to elsewhere, like Amazon, open it in a new tab. Okay, over to our design tab. I'm going to go into the text. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. Say make it 40 or so. That's fine. I'm going to capitalize it. I'm going to put it in the middle. And let's make it bold. And I'm going to go back to content. I'm going to give it a background color. Let's use this blue color right here. And we'll add some padding to give it some size. So I'm going to go back to the design and spacing. Let's give it, say, 40 top and bottom. Just put in the amount, hit the chain, it'll do the opposite. I think it may be a little bit too much. Let's give it 30 or so. There we go, that's fine. Now I'm going to change the color of that text to white. So still in design, we'll go back up to text. And I'm going to hit white. There we go. So we've got our title right there. Now underneath you can have a little sub-statement or something. So let's add another little text module. And with this, I'm just going to say fashion sale. So we'll say dash. And again, I'm going to go to design, to text. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger, perhaps make it semi-bold. Going to make it blue, and let's drag it up to 20 or so pixels. I think that'll do. And we'll pop him into the middle as well. Okay, down below that, I'm going to put a little image module, just an image of one of the shirts perhaps. So again, I'm going to hit the little new module, add an image. And let's choose a shirt. There we go, that'll do fine. Okay, well let's start working on our second column here. Here we're going to have our list. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to add a blurb module for my list. And for the title, let's say white shirts. Or white shirt, whatever it is. Get rid of a bit of this content, don't want quite as much as that. We could put a price in. Say $9.99. And let's perhaps make that a heading 3 or something. There we go. Now I don't want an image. I am going to use a little icon. So if we go down to image and icon, I'm going to say use icon. And I'm going to have a little arrow. Now I don't want it up there, I actually want it on the left hand side. So that's fine, we'll leave it and do that in a minute. But of course you can link this to actual white shirt or whatever product you've got going on here. The module link, I put it in right there rather than just the title, or you can put it in both, link to your product page. And obviously, usual thing applies with the link target. Same window if it's on your site. Okay, I don't want any background. Let's go to our design now, image and icon. I'm going to make that the same blue as we used on the title up there. Don't want to circle it, but I do want to put it on the left. There we go, fantastic. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make it any bigger or smaller. I think I'll roll down. I'm going to put a bit of spacing on the top. And let's give it a little bit of space on the top, say 20 pixels. And I'm going to pop a bit of a border on the top. So down below we've got a border. All sides, top, right, bottom and left. Just want to put one on the top, so let's give it a couple pixels. I'll use that same blue color as we used before. Okay, and we simply want to duplicate this and change out the contents obviously, and a link if you're linking to a different product. So I'm going to duplicate it several times. Let's do one more. And we've got our fashion sale below our little image there. I really want that above. There we go. So that's fine, that's going to work. We just need to change what we've got going on here, let's see. Obviously change your links as well. Alright, well we've got our little list going on here. And we've got our title, but what we want to do now is make this sticky so that title stays up at the top there. So let's go back into that one and we'll go to our advanced, we'll go down to scroll effects, sticky position, stick to top. There we go. Don't want any offset, want it to stay right where it is, so it's going to be buffered up against our menu there as you can see, and when we scroll up everything's going to keep scrolling below it. Going to leave those switches both to on, surrounding sticky elements and default and sticky styles, because we can change the style when it sticks if we use that. So the only other thing I really want to do here is have it change color when it's sticking to the top there. I'm going to turn it to a black background. So if we go back into the content, go to background, hover over the dark background, you'll see those little icons up there. It's a little pin. Now, desktop is when it's not sticking, when it's down here, and the little pin is when it's sticking up at the top. When it's sticking up at the top there, I'm going to give it a black background. So desktop, want it to be blue, sticky, it's black. Fantastic. That's pretty much all I want to do with that section. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to repeat these sections. So if I save this, okay, now we've got our first section. We can duplicate it, but before we duplicate it, we want to tell it where to stop. So in other words, we don't want this to be sticking to the top when the next row comes up. We want to go into our module and make sure it stops at the end of this row. So let's go into our title module up there, back to advanced, scroll, bottom sticky limit, we'll say row. So when it gets to the end of this row, which is our little green section there, it'll stop. Now we've done that, we can duplicate it. Hit the little 2 squares to duplicate it. There it is below. And that one should take over. There we go. Now we just need to go in and change our titles here. And obviously change your info over here. And I'll copy that. And obviously you want to change your link to where it's going if you're linking to a product page. Like I say, this would work great for a restaurant menu or price list or hours list or services list as well. There we go, put your price in. Great, so we've got two there. We've got shirts and dresses, and you can keep on going, cloning and just changing your info and your links. Let's change this image out, I guess. Let's put a dress in there. Great. So like I say, you can keep going and going and adding new ones every time. I'm going to leave it like that. So let's save what we've got. Exit the visual builder. Go on down. There's our first one. Sticks to the top. There's our list. Like I say, you could have those linking to products. Here's our next one coming up, dresses. Pops that one out of the way. When it sticks, it's going to change colour. And you've got your dresses down there. And like I say, you can keep adding and make it how exactly you want it. And that's a nice little feature to have on your site. Really easy to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.